Hello. I've enjoyed reading your introductory posts on the discussion section of the Canvas site for English 241. I particularly appreciated the honesty with which multiple people wrote of their concerns about taking a screenwriting class in general and an online screenwriting class in specific. There were also a couple people who expressed concerns about writer's block. As to the first concern, it's important to remember that writing, including screenwriting, is what we in education call a developmental skill. That simply means that while it is true we all have our own natural talents, we can all learn to become better writers over time. And taking a class is a wonderful way to put some time into developing your skills as a screenwriter. From my experiences working with students in this particular class for the past 8 years, I feel like it's fair to say that many of your predecessors have started English 241 with little or no previous experience with or exposure to screenwriting. So we'll start with the basics in Module 1, and then we'll work together to develop our respective skills over the next 4 months. Which leads us to the second concern, taking a screenwriting class online. Certainly, this will be a challenge for us. As I mentioned, I've taught this class for 8 years now, but this will be only my second time teaching it online. So, in all honesty, I share some of your concerns. One of the most important ways in which we can meet this challenge is captured by a 2-word term that multiple people selected to explain how they plan to succeed: time management. As you plan how best to manage your time over these next 4 months, I encourage you to repeatedly refer to the class schedule at the end of our syllabus, as well as to the to-do list on Canvas that will remind you of deadlines for assignments as they approach. And the third concern about developing writer's block, which is an umbrella term used to describe multiple difficulties we might encounter in our respective writing processes. In a famous essay titled "Shitty First Drafts," a wise writer named Annie Lamott suggests that one of the ways to avoid becoming blocked is to differentiate between thinking creatively and thinking critically. To help you all understand that distinction, I'll post a couple optional readings, including Lamont's essay, to our Canvas site for English 241 in the near future. In your posts, you shared more concerns than questions. However, there were a handful of questions I want to answer for all of you. First, when do you need to have purchased your copy of our required textbook, Screenplay by Sid Field? We'll start reading Screenplay during the 3rd week of the class, which starts on Tuesday, September 21st. So please purchase a copy of it by then, if possible. As an alternative, there are a couple copies of Screenplay available through our Cerritos College library. Second, since this is a screenwriting class, are you required to purchase any movies for it? If you do not own a copy of either Casablanca or Chinatown, you will want to arrange to rent or stream one of them during week 5 of the class, which starts on Tuesday, October 12th. Other than that, most of the shorter examples we will use can be found on sites such as YouTube. Third, is there a preferred program for preparing your screenplays for this class? In a word, no. In the past, some students with serious interest in screenwriting have purchased Celtx or Final Draft. However, you do not need fancy software to type a screenplay. In Module 1, in fact, I will share a simple template you can use in Word. Those were the questions in the introductory posts and in the early emails that I thought you would all want to know the answers to. Finally, there's a question that no one has asked yet, but you may be asking it now while watching this video. Why do you have a purple door in your home, Professor? Are you a huge fan of the sitcom Friends? Honestly, not a huge fan. But I'm married to one, and I've promised my spouse that we will have a purple door in every home that we own together. This is our second. If you think of any questions about English 241, please email me at cgreen@cerritos.edu or send a message to my inbox on Canvas. Please also feel free to participate in my online office hours from 10 to 11 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays.